Welcome to the Spare Parts Racing Podcast, your podcast for all things motorsports. With your hosts, Sean Chavarella, Stephen Clary, and Taylor Moore.
Hear that music?
Hello and welcome to another week's episode of Spare Parts Racing. I'm your host, Sean.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Taylor.
And friends.
I already hate it.
Hate it.
Welcome to the season of Max, part 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Boogaloo.
The sequel?
The second. Next can be the third. Yeah. So anyway, F1 started this weekend. We got that to talk about. We have NASCAR in probably the boring race of the season after the last two were great. And also we got to do our Indycar preview this weekend. So we got a lot to get through. So I guess let's start off with some F1, I guess. Our collective one we all care about, I would say.
Sure.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Also, with the breakdown you just gave, I mean, NASCAR might be a quick run through after this.
They're both gonna be quick. We're fortunate we're doing our IndyCar preview because I think both are gonna be really quick run throughs. Yeah. First, we got F1 and.
How did they get even faster?
Okay, one they didn't. I think Max won obviously 22 seconds. Yada yada. Everyone freaking out that this year is just going to be like another one like last year. Maybe it's not as bad as it seems, though.
Yeah, there's a weird thing because it was like he won by twice as much, but Ferrari cut down their time to him.
Yeah, well, one guy had to race through the field, and the other guy had a brake issue. Yet we're still third and fourth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And they were.
Yeah.
Though I was gonna say the fact that they were 50 seconds behind, maybe it was just a very low bar.
Well, and the Red Bulls had extra soft set when no one else did. So they got to go even faster at the end.
Right.
So, I don't know. Maybe it's not so bad. Qualifying was really tight. I think it was like Q1 was separated by like the whole field was within a second.
Mm-hmm.
Which when's the last
qualifying,
time we had that?
I know. Qualifying, I think, was like the more exciting portion of the race weekend, I'd say.
Definitely. Which is going to suck when they get the sprint races going.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Oh, I'm so not looking forward to that. I will forever hate the sprint race format.
I agree. I think we all agree on that one. But
it also gave us a bunch of false hope.
True. Or even all through the practices in the weekend, right? Where Red Bull wasn't P1 in any of the practice sessions. It's like, oh no. What happened, Red Bull? Are they actually going to be good? And then they come out and be like, oh yeah, we're still here.
The entire lead up until...
Fucking sandbaggers. So yeah, Red Bull wins. Ferrari second. What else we talking about? Lewis looks...
Alpine, shit.
I was saying Lewis looks shit.
Oh.
Yeah, Alpine.
Yeah, Lewis didn't look really that good. I know, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, it's one thing for the team to be like, yeah, like, this season's probably gonna be a wash for us. Car's not good. And then when you see it, you're like, wow. Yikes, they took such a step back.
And then they just fucking fired half the guys.
I know. I saw
Resigned.
that. I was like, oh my gosh.
Some of them resigned.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
It's like saying in the French Revolution they just had knife accidents.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
See, French Revolution, Alpine, French. See, it works. It's fine. I don't know.
Yes, and now they've got, there's 3 pillars to build on or some shit like that. But then again, I'm pretty sure this time last year McLaren sort of did the same thing McLaren did it just before the season, and they're like, we have 3 pillars to build on. And they started off shit and then became really good by the end of the year. So maybe Alpine can sort of do the same. I'm not saying they're going to be exactly the same where they're fighting to be the best of the rest, but maybe they can, not be complete dog shit.
Yeah, I'm not really sold on that. I think they're trying to start their 5th 5-year plan in the last 10 years.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have a lot of hope for their development this year. Like, I just feel like they're just gonna struggle with being with just being a disorganized team. Like, it's just there's no leadership really. They fired so many people this morning. Like, they're just in disarray, and it shows on track. So I don't know. I don't really have a lot of hope for their season. I don't think they can turn this around. I know it's only the first race of the year, but I feel like this is just going to be like what we're going to see from them this year. And yeah.
I think what's best for Alpine is that there isn't a clear worse team this year. Like, you're kind of seeing the hierarchy, I think, from the very first race play out. And Alpine is mixed in with that entire back 5 teams. Where depending on how cars are set up and depending on strategy and stuff, I think any one of those teams can come on top of the other. That being said, none of them are going to sniff the points because the top 5 teams are the top 5 teams.
Yeah.
Like, you definitely have Red Bull number 1, Ferrari is number 2. McLaren, Mercedes, kind of in that 3-4 range, depending on the weekend, maybe. And then, yeah, Aston Martin is the barrier to entry for the back teams. And even in this race, they tried to take out an Aston Martin, and yet he still came back in the points.
Mm-hmm.
Which just shows how much better that fucking car is than the other 5 teams. So, yeah, Alpine might have some good races that they can show off. Hey, look, we did something, and they might get a point when it comes available. But yeah, they are not good, and structurally they are on fire.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Who else? Who else you want to talk about that was interesting? I was gonna say McLaren just sort of was there. They scored points, so again, bar on ground. They cleared it. Good job. You already mentioned Leclerc having a brake issue. Sainz?
yeah, Sainz, I guess, coming through and being Ferrari's guy,
Yeah.
and then them not being there for him.
Oh, I know. So painful to see. I was like, come on, guys. Like, be excited for him.
Yeah, like
He did have a really good race.
Yeah, he did, and that move around Leclerc, where I think everyone was kind of like, ugh.
Oh, there was a moment I was like, they're going to take each other out. Like, this is it.
But it was respectful. Leclerc gave up because he knew what's the point. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I am here for a Carlos Sainz villain era.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always fight your teammate.
What would be in the Carlos Sainz villain? Like, is it more of like an anti-hero type? Is he more of like a destroy everything? More like with Thanos, I'm gonna take everyone out with me.
Probably more anti-hero, if anything.
Yeah.
Until we get to see. Yeah, until he gets a seat, because right now he'd just perform really well until you get a seat somewhere.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I hope this is the year for the big. Maybe the end of this year he just does the Thanos snap and half the grid's gone and we get to replace it with new people.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really hope so, because I feel like if we had another year where it's like, I would say even 95% the same, I'd be like, come on, what are we doing here?
Yes, sir.
Like, we can't have silly season if there's no silliness.
Exactly. Speaking of silly, I gotta check my text. My friend Christian, what are you wearing? Wait, what? Oh, I'm sorry.
This whole thing.
There's no way we can't talk about this, right?
No. Those texts. Okay, so like, what was your initial thoughts when they got leaked?
Of all the things leaked, this is the best thing that could have been possibly leaked.
Yep.
Yes.
You didn't get no Horner Drake video.
No,
Yeah.
I can't talk
you
about that.
didn't get some Horner nuts on the screen or anything like that, so we're just gonna say okay. We got some really pathetic texting, him acting like he is maybe a 16-year-old boy or a 4-year-old white man. I don't know, somewhere in between. So yeah,
They were like, yeah, I think my favorite tweet, which I think one of you sent in the group chat, was like, "This has the sex appeal of a damp towel." That will forever be,
I think Sarah sent
the
that one.
highlight tweet. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Sarah might have sent it. It was so funny. I was like reading them, like, it's true though. Like, there's just like nothing in this that's like spicy or like wild. It's just like, I'm eating Cocoa Puffs in bed. Okay.
Yeah.
Kinky.
Yeah.
So anyway,
There is a lot coming out though about this. Like, did you guys see the
today's
all of
stuff.
the stuff? Yeah, where
That's
it's like
I think the big thing
Verstappen's
to
gonna
talk
leave.
about. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Do you think
It just-
Verstappen should leave? Like, I'd love to see it.
Can you imagine? Toto would, I think, just like die of like laughter and happiness if he got Max Verstappen to Mercedes.
Listen, I think we should maybe have like a little bit of a draft here in like after we pick apart Aston Martin. Okay, Max, you can go to who needs a driver?
I mean, if Max is on the market, everyone's clearing a spot.
You know, let's say Max to Aston Martin. Let's go with that. They could use an actual second driver. Sorry, Lance.
Oh, Stroll.
He had a good weekend.
He
too.
did. He did.
He did.
Well,
'Cause
sorry, he had a good Sunday.
Yeah, because I think
Saturday.
the rumor I saw now, it's like, okay, so if Horner stays, how about Marco's gone, Max is gone, and Newey's gone. So okay, so get the driver, give him to that team that's up and coming. Who could use a car designer? Hey, Alpine, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can raise them up,
So true.
We're just stripping
So
Red Bull for
true.
parts, I guess.
basically. So
Yep. They'll be the new Williams or Haas.
yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah. Well, then we can give their money to Williams and Haas. That's the last part.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
And then we give their spot to Andretti. And
There you go.
yeah,
Then you still get your new engine manufacturer, because then GM comes in instead of Ford, so you still have a North American president.
yeah, Ford's
You're good there.
pissed too. Ooh, you guys seen some of that stuff too? Or Ford's like,
Yeah.
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 This honestly is like, I think everybody thought it was over when Red Bull like cleared him, and then now it's just exploded because like, yeah, when leaks happen, don't send texts, like don't do this, just like don't be a knob.
in the immortal words of famed lyricist Taylor Allison Swift, is it over now? No, it
No.
is not over now.
Yeah.
This is going to follow this team like a black hole.
Oh
And
yeah,
my
this is
God, I'm
gonna
here
be
for
their
it.
season.
Yes.
Yes.
And as always, it's an incident happened, and a team has come out and said publicly, we've investigated ourselves and determined we have done nothing wrong.
Amazing how those never actually backfire the slightest.
No.
Never.
No, until,
No.
however many months, weeks, years down the road. Oh, it turns out we did find a whole bunch of stuff with this investigation. We just swept it under the rug and said we didn't find anything.
Yeah.
So
The truth will come out. Everything will come out. I think it's gonna swallow them like so fast.
yeah, it's just what do they do? Like, are they going to cut off an arm in Christian to save the body in the rest of the team?
They should.
They should.
That would be the smart thing to do.
But yeah, exactly. I don't know if they are willing to do this. And I feel like Christian's ego is, I'm going down with this ship. It's either we all go down or Yeah. So.
No, like Horner has a massive ego. He is not going to want to let go of that power. He's been the head guy for what, like a decade? Maybe more?
Since the inception of the team, about 20 years.
Yeah, so he's been in that role for like 20 years. There is no way that he is not going to give up easily. He's going to die trying to find a loophole out of this to stay as team boss and to keep everybody there.
And I hope it destroys the team. Because that's just what F1 needs, just for, like, Red Bull to get kneecapped. Or decapitated in a sense. But, like, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Time will tell.
Exactly. Anything else F1 to cover? Missing anything?
Let's see. Did Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes, Stroll recovered. Oh! Fucking more turmoil. The post-race... what the
V-carb?
What the fuck are they called? V-carb, yeah.
Yeah.
No. I was
yeah,
trying to think of it because here it says Red Bull Honda RBPT.
Yeah, that was a stupid thing by the team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's the driver swap at the end.
For no reason.
Yeah, when Yuki's right on Magnussen's ass.
And these guys are fighting for Red Bull. They know that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
But then Yuki coming in at the end of the race and nearly sideswiping Daniel. And Daniel calling him a fucking helmet.
Which, that means he's a dick, right? Like, someone's when helmet's calling him a knob, which is calling him a dick, right?
I think
That's
Yes.
probably.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's some Aussie slang there.
I think so, yeah.
But yeah, so Red Bull in general, just pure chaos.
Chaos,
Yeah.
tension, and an overall dumpster fire floating out into the middle of the sea.
And then for just, you know, the trifecta of clusterfucky for F1, the head of the FIA is also in trouble for maybe pressuring a penalty to get overturned.
Yeah, last year's Saudi Grand Prix. I
Oh,
wonder.
here we go.
Yeah, you know, the Saudi Arabian... He is Saudi, right?
I believe so,
Mohammed
yes.
Ben. Actually, no, he's from Dubai. He's not Saudi, so that's me being racist. My bad. But wanting to help the team who is sponsored by the Saudis, maybe possibly podium in the Saudi government's race. You know, just kind of casual nepotism there, or just corruption in general. So, yeah.
All is fun to start the season.
Yeah, I just want so badly for for everything to catch up to F1 in the way of like
A
them
guillotine?
sacrificing. Yeah, like them sacrificing everything just to make a buck. You know what I mean? All of it's gonna catch up to them. This is just an example. I'm not surprised. It sucks. Like it just.
I love
sucks.
the sport. I hate the business.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like, love the player, hate the game, whatever. No. Love the sport, hate the business. Because when the sport is a business, you ruin it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so NASCAR.
Also semi-depressing.
Honestly, I don't think so. I mean, it was the easiest money to make.
Betting on Larson.
Oh my
last year's
God.
Playoff Las Vegas winner.
I think he's won like 3 of the last 4 races there or something like that.
Oh wow.
He
Larson,
liked that track.
Yeah, I didn't even have him to win. I had him as a top 5, and like unless he wrecks out, yeah, he's going to be a top 5 there.
Yeah.
So,
But it was a good fight between him and Reddick for most of the race, right?
But,
Like
it was like different guys it was kind of fun because Larson was the leader almost the entire race, really. But you kept having other guys come up and looked like they were going to challenge him. Like at one time, Kyle Busch was his biggest challenger, and it was like, oh, is Kyle going to maybe get around him? He had an issue and screwed up in pit lane and had to basically go a lap down. And then you had Reddick come up, and is Reddick going to challenge him? I think also McDowell was there for a hot second too. And it's like,
Yeah, I think McDowell had some laps.
and like
there.
it's kind of fun that way where you kept having guys get up there and challenge him, and he just pulls away because yeah, it wasn't just like Max run off the distance. Like imagine if Max is racing, Perez comes, can't get by him, he starts falling back. Then you have another guy charging through the field, Leclerc getting up to him. I can't make it. Like that kind of yo-yo-ness is kind of fun.
Yeah. It kind of made it like interesting because you didn't know if like maybe this was going to be the one, but at the end of the day, yeah, Larson won. It was, he was dominant pretty much the entire race. I did enjoy like seeing Reddick actually get like a second place. It's good for him. It's good for the team. So
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed
Yeah.
Bubba didn't have a good race. He had speed to start.
Well,
but then-
yeah.
Well, he had the lug nut issue.
yeah,
didn't he?
exactly.
So
Mhm.
and he lost 6 laps because of that. So I don't know how you're going to recover from that.
Honestly, yeah. But
Like,
hey,
didn't someone else have a lug nut issue today or yesterday?
Chastain? No, Busher.
Yeah,
Busher.
Busher.
His tire went, and it was really weird watching the replay because you saw the lug nut blow,
Mm-hmm.
and then the rim come off.
Yeah.
But not the tire. The tire was still in there. The actual rubber was in there, and then he just pancaked the wall, and they had to red flag it to repair the wall for a minute. But yeah, it was a decent race. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
I was gonna say the other thing
Okay.
that's nice to see. I get it's not a super speedway, so this is a little bit of an asterisk, but it is nice to see the guy who's leading end up winning the race. So that way, it's not just I just need to putt around in
Top 5.
second
Wait
place.
for overtime.
Yeah.
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 And no, or not even overtime, but I just need to putt around in second place, get the air, the slipstream, and take him in either the back straight or on turn 4.
That's true. And, like the last 10 laps were really exciting. Like Reddick put a good challenge on him.
Yeah.
Got within, I think it was like 2/10, maybe even like 1/10 of him.
Yeah.
And then just good car placement by Larson, screwed over Reddick. He lost his momentum and just, yeah. It was a good battle.
Mm-hmm.
And like if you don't appreciate that side of oval racing where it's the multi-grooves and it's the different lines, the momentum you're carrying through the corners, then you don't like that. And then it's just not for you. But if you can understand that and you do like it, you're like, oh, that was actually a pretty fun ending. And that is 3 NASCAR races this year that have all ended under the scheduled distance, no overtime. And they've all actually been decent races. Like, I'm not saying Vegas has ever really put on a banger of a race, but like, I think that's as good as a Vegas race you can get.
Yeah.
At least,
Yeah,
in,
that's
at least
fair.
in the modern era.
Yeah, and I will say the other thing that's nice to see with the results, you look at the top 6, 2 of each manufacturer.
Yeah.
So it's still anyone's, I guess, year to sort of start claiming the top car. But at the same time, I'm a little nervous if you're Chevy
Mm-hmm.
because you
Mhm.
know how your car is going to run on each of the tracks so far. And I guess this is really the first real test. You're not really counting the super speedway and the pseudo super speedway. But now you know the Toyota and the Ford can run with you.
Yeah, but you got 3 wins.
Yeah. Yes, you also have 3 wins. But you know they're gonna come once they figure the car out a little bit.
Shit, how
It
many
might
wins?
be a little later.
How many wins did we say Hendrick would get this year? Because they already had 2 in 3 races.
Hendrick.
13? I don't remember.
Okay.
There was a lot.
Hendrick, I had 15. Taylor had 12, and Sean had 12.
Okay, so about a dozen. Okay, we're already like
No.
what, a sixth of the way there.
Yep.
Wow, that hurts.
A fourth of the way there, quarter of the way there. Or no, sorry. Yes, it wasn't a. Yes, never mind.
You good there? You're the math guy.
Well, Yes, no, we started. So you started off with Chevy having 3 wins. I was thinking 3 wins for Hendrick.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll
assumed.
forgive your mini stroke.
Yeah.
Or just not paying attention.
I mean, if you were gonna bet on 3 Chevys winning, you'd probably say it's probably Hendrick cars.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, anything else you have to add to this, or other NASCAR shenanigans? Like we could talk about Logano's weird ass webbed gloves, but they were webbed, sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know how much that saved in terms of performance, but that was the thing. What's O?
Not NASCAR, the series, but trucks. No, I'm surprised that didn't click for you.
No, yes, that's true.
Winning,
Yeah.
That's something definitely.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's a thing to, because what is it? Is it the 4th black driver?
3rd or 4th, yeah, to win
in a national series. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's
And another guy that's coming up there that came up through the iRacing background.
Oh, was he an iRacing guy? Actually, I don't know much about his story.
He was because Byron. I think if you subscribe to the Athletic, I think Jordan Bianchi or Jeff Gluck had a piece on him. It was a little while back, but I'd have to go find it. But I think he was another iRacing kid.
Nice.
He's still a little bit kid because he was he's only 21 years old.
Well, that hurts.
Yeah, 2002.
Oh.
What do we got now? Do you want to talk about some IndyCar news, or just skip the negative stuff and go right into the preview, and then talk about news after?
Let's
do the
a
news
preview
first.
and then we can just.
Okay.
Why?
Wow. Okay. Steven says news. Taylor says preview.
Okay.
Let's go news and then we'll end on the good stuff.
All I'm gonna say is if we're skipping news and doing the preview first, anything after I guess we could. No, never mind. We can just do the draft at the end. I was gonna say I don't want people complaining that I didn't know that, and that's why I drafted this guy.
Okay, let's just
We'll
let's just do the
at the
news
end.
first. And we'll do the news first because then we'll get the negative stuff out of the way and then we'll have the fun stuff.
Okay, so the first thing I want to say is fun, and that is as my jersey, my boy Pato got a extension.
Yes.
Extension with McLaren. That also fucking leaked through goddamn courts because the stupid Pillow thingy. So that was great. Way to fumble that one, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 2 days
What
early.
a mess!
I
Like
know. Imagine having your contract leaked because of some other guy who, it's not even your teammate, but your team tried to sign. Now they have a legal fight over that, and it's like, oh yeah, we signed this guy to an extension. Okay. We're not going to make an announcement of that? Now we'll do it in like 2 days.
Yeah.
So there was that one. IndyCar is wanting to go back on the fucking charter system idea.
Fantastic.
Yeah, because they can't find a way not to shoot themselves in the foot. What else we got here? And IndyCar also talking about how they want to focus on street races and like city events again. Okay. They just said a couple years ago they want to focus on ovals. Now they're focusing on this. Okay, they're just focusing everything. Like this ship is without a rudder. It seems at times.
Yeah. As per usual, it seems like IndyCar doesn't know what IndyCar wants to do.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's especially ironic with the Nashville news of, because the city is doing renovations where we would have the track, we need to go to an oval.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Fantastic. Love it.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's fun. That's... I don't really...
Is that all you had for news?
That's all I got for the other... just some of the stuff that happened last week just made me go really, IndyCar? What are you doing? And also, yay. Yay for Pato. What else? I'm just trying to see if I have anything else up in here. I don't. So yeah. And then we had IndyCar testing.
Okay.
Me and Steve both smiled because
I'd like to formally apologize to Kiffin Simpson.
yeah, we need to make an official apology.
I was not familiar with your game.
What?
Did you not see his testing results?
He was in the top
No,
5.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, we all need to apologize to Kevin Simpson right now.
Like fuck,
Oh,
we were
man.
roasting
Didn't we
him.
like completely? I know, we totally roasted him when he got signed.
We roasted the
dear,
signing. We're like, who the fuck's this guy? This is just a guy that can pay a check. Yada yada. And then fucking Chip Ganassi goes, "Oh, you thought?" And yeah, he was
Kiffin Simpson, 9th overall in
out of
time.
26
Wow.
drivers.
What? Okay, well, good for him, man. Like, hey, you
Top
do
ro-
you.
Top
Get
rookie.
that.
Yeah,
Love that for you.
So yeah, I think we should all, as a podcast, say Kiffin Simpson. Yeah, prove us wrong, please. Keep doing it. You go.
We love that. We collectively love when we are proven wrong.
Oh yes, definitely, especially from a teenager. He's still a teenager. Right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Is he like 18?
He's 19. Oh god, my heart.
We're all just we all feel so
Same.
old when we say that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we're getting old, eh? So yeah.
Ugh.
I'm diving too much into testing.
Oh god. Save that thought.
I thought we don't.
We don't read into testing? No. IndyCar you do, because it's the same fucking car.
Yep.
Oh, true. Very true.
So yeah. Do we want to start with our IndyCar preview?
Do it.
Let's go.
We've dilly-dallied for half an hour. Hit off all the boxes. That's fucking terrible. Checked all the boxes. God damn. Just for the record, IndyCar starts in less than a week. Cars are on track in how many days?
4,
4?
Wow.
right? Because they're not doing a weird weekend where it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Let me just take a look. I think-
St. Pete's on the 10th.
Oh, 5. Yeah, 5
So it's
days,
Sunday.
15 hours, and 42 minutes.
So anyway, we're less than a week away, and we still do not know who Dale Coyne's drivers are.
What?
They have still not announced who's driving for Dale Coyne.
Is any okay? So, who's gonna drive for Dale Coyne? A ghost? Honestly, what is happening?
Well, they
Honestly-
brought in Colin Braun,
Excellent
who's an
question.
IMSA champion.
Oh, it's hilarious. Honestly, that team is going to be such a tire fire, and somehow is going to get like a top 10 finish the first race, just by
Well, here-
surviving.
Where was he? He was second last. Slightly ahead of the other guy he was testing with, Jack Harvey. So, yeah.
God damn. Yeah, but those guys were just testing the car. They're not even confirmed as drivers. Like,
I know.
there could be someone showing up for Dale Coyne their first time testing or practice is their first time in the car. Fucking A.
Truly impressive.
Exactly. So, shall we go, I guess, team by team like we always do?
Yes.
Yep.
Do we want to start with the two big guns?
Yep.
Yeah.
The championship is going to come down to one of these two teams, because it always does. And obviously, we're talking about Team Penske here and Chip Ganassi Racing. Let's start.
Absolutely.
Let's start with Team Penske. You know, the runner-ups. So, Joseph Newgarden, Scott McLaughlin, Will Power coming back with the same old. It's a great team. It is.
Yeah.
I don't really have
They'll
much
all
else
be
to say
up
to that.
there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they'll all. If it comes down to the last race, well, not even the last race, the last third of the races, my money's on Newgarden to win the championship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just the ovals, possibly.
Yep.
Like, how many ovals is it again at the end of the year now?
I think it's
Isn't it like 3?
six of the last 7 races are ovals.
Yeah.
What? That's insane.
Well, you also got double headers in there.
True. So New Garden is actually a really likely option to be champion
Yeah,
in 2024.
The first half of your schedule is almost exclusively road courses, with one oval being the Indy 500. The second half of the season is almost entirely ovals, with 2 road courses in there being Toronto and Portland.
Interesting. This is going to make things interesting, I
It's
think.
going to be a really fun season just for that.
Yeah. This actually might be the most exciting season of the motorsports. Like, of the top 3 motorsports.
What do you mean top 3? This isn't a top 3 motorsport. IMSA's better than this.
Yep.
Are we talking
Yeah,
about like
okay, fair
money in the series? In that case, IMSA's definitely higher. They get
Well,
they have
yes,
more
okay.
than one manufacturer in 2 years.
I guess, like, to me, like, when I'm thinking of motorsports and what people are usually watching, it's between F1, NASCAR, and IndyCar.
It is your
However,
traditional
IMSA
one.
is up and coming. Yes.
Yeah.
You are correct.
We didn't even talk about WEC this weekend with that shenanigans. Anyway. Long story short, Peugeot ran out of gas in the last lap. Had to mention that.
Nice.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking.
No fun.
And then they got disqualified because they couldn't get a fuel sample, I think. So yeah, anyway.
Even better.
So
Even better.
of those 3 that we named off, Power, McLaughlin, and Newgarden, who was the top driver last year?
Was
Newgarden.
it Newgarden?
No.
It wasn't?
No.
Was it McLaughlin?
It was McLaughlin. Newgarden
Oh.
Newgarden finished his last 5 races was 4th. Remember when everyone's like, "Oh, he might have a chance at the championship because he won the back-to-back Iowa"?
Yeah.
He went 4th, 25th, 25th, 5th, 21st. Fell out of it completely.
Right. Okay. Right. And McLaughlin, didn't he have like a stronger second half of the
He
season?
went 2, 8, 5, 9, 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he went off in the second half. So McLaughlin's coming in as your number 1 driver, essentially, based on last year's championship. Will Power is still 7th, so like really, it's anyone's game. If you were to pick a favorite out of this team for a championship, would it be Newgarden?
Just based on the schedule, yes.
I would say Newgarden for me. Will Power might be a dark horse second. Like he
Okay, I like
could
it.
win a championship because he also has been around forever, has that oval experience.
Yeah, same. Really, any of them. Like, if
Yeah.
you want to point to how McLaughlin finished last year, 8th, 5th, 9th, 2nd. So,
Yeah, it's funny looking at a bunch of those races in the last half of last year, though. Do you see one oval?
okay, but then if you want to roll back, he had 2 top 5 finishes at both Iowa races. So,
Yeah, and you know who else? He was also the worst Penske car at Iowa. So, well, actually, him and Power.
but
went the
like
same,
you can't just like realistically, you can put any 3 of these guys. If you said
yeah.
at the end of the year a Penske driver won, I could literally believe any one of the 3
That's
just
fair.
went off for a year and killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think each one of these guys top 8 in the championship. Each one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could,
I would agree with that.
They were
Yeah.
all top 7 or top 8 last year, so I could easily see it happening again.
Next to the other evil empire, Chip Ganassi Racing. Who, goddamn. So Dixon and Pullo are definitely your guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you have Project Armstrong, Lundqvist, and Simpson have all figured out, I'm keeping the best one of you. Or keep paying a check.
Keeping a check, yeah.
See, Armstrong had a very decent rookie campaign last year, if you remember.
Yeah, top 20 without running ovals. So,
How is he going to fare this year, not running ovals?
I thought he is running ovals this year.
No, he is, but he's not used to it. You know what I
Oh.
mean?
Yes.
So he's going to be
Yes.
just a rookie on the ovals, as everyone else checks list 6 other rookies this year. No, 5. Sorry.
Well, you never know because fucking Dale Coyne hasn't announced their fucking lineup yet.
Yeah, exactly. So, Palou and Dixon are going to be top 5 for sure. Palou probably can win the championship again.
Yep.
However,
Yeah.
the kneecapping of the ovals might make that change. Again,
I feel like
it's
it's
so
gonna
up
be
in the
such an
air.
interesting season.
Honestly,
Yeah, you just don't. I
'Cause-
feel like we honestly don't know what to expect.
you might have a guy who's a total oval ringer this year. Sucks in the road courses, but can destroy every oval, top 5 no matter what, and make a championship run despite having terrible results.
Yeah.
Yep. And you can say that, and then also you have to remember that Palou got not wrecked, but him and I can't remember who he collided with at Indy. How the fuck did he finish in the top 5? How the fuck?
Who?
So it's not like Palou.
Oh,
It's not
right,
like he's
yeah.
a slouch. It's not like he's a slouch on ovals, right?
That's true.
He's still
Yeah. True.
really good. 3rd in Texas last year. Though I guess if you 2 top 10s at Iowa, 7th at Gateway. So he ain't a slouch.
Yeah, I do have we'll get to it in a second, a dark horse pick for a guy who could maybe challenge one of these 2 teams.
Okay.
Oh. I was gonna say you cannot do a 180 on Kiffin Simpson like that.
That's
I know
fair.
someone who could challenge Palou for the top of the Chip
Yeah.
Ganassi ladder. Kiffin Simpson.
Yeah, like Scott Dixon again, ageless wonder it seems. Every
Yes.
year we're like, oh, he might take a step back. Doesn't.
No, never.
The only time he will not, honestly, at this point, the only time he will not be in the top 5 of an IndyCar series is when he says, "Yeah, I just don't feel like doing this anymore."
Honestly,
And then
he is so
even
good.
then, he could come back the next year and be like, "Yeah,
Part
I
time.
got bored of watching. I'm gonna put I'm gonna put a part-time car in the top 5. Me and Ed over there. Ed's gonna do ovals. I'll do the road course. Top 5.
That'd be an amazing team.
It would.
Yeah, the 20 would finally get a win.
No, because Ed would still be driving the 20 because he refuses to give it up.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, I would say in the 2 guys of Chip Ganassi, of Palou and Dixon, I would give advantage this year to Dixon, only because of the schedule.
You like him more on the ovals?
If you haven't noticed, also, it seems ovals generally favor older guys, I would say. Same with NASCAR. Some of these older guys can stay in ovals longer because it's not so much the fast twitchiness that you need on a road course, but you need that smooth, kind of more patient driving style. Versus you could just be balls fast on a road course. You go on an oval and be like, well, how do I do this?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, based on schedule, I'd say advantage Dixon, just with him knowing some of these tracks. I think he's one of the only people who's raced both Milwaukee and Nashville.
It's a definite advantage for
Definitely
3
advantage.
races.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is terrifying to think of how long he's been in the series. But yeah. Next team I want to talk about, unless anyone has anything else to add for Ganassi.
No.
And the
Evil
Young Guns?
Empire. Gonna be up there.
Who's the top rookie out of Lundqvist and Simpson?
Lundqvist.
I was gonna say it's the battle of the preseason tester and the late season guy
Wonder?
that showed up for a little bit. Sure.
Lundqvist is 24. He's got a little more years of experience, so
Yeah, true.
yeah. I think you're going to see. My prediction for that team is going to be Dixon, Palou, Armstrong, Lundqvist, Simpson. with like Simpson and Lundqvist being like 18, 19 in the schedule, I'm guessing. Or not schedule, in the standings. Words. But yeah.
They are tough.
They are, man. Okay, so the only team I think that can actually challenge either Ganassi or Penske this year for a potential championship is McLaren.
Okay, yeah.
Rossi, Malukas, award.
Right.
Plus one other driver.
Kyle Milot.
Oh, is it already announced that it's Ilott for the first race?
Who's replacing him? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
Yeah. So yes. So Ilott will be because I'm pretty sure it was leaked on the weekend. Again, IndyCar not controlling their own narrative, which is just fucking peak them right now.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of leaks.
I think that's a team with good knowledge and good skill that could definitely use it to be in the top three. Might carve out themselves in the top three. You had Award last year, who was fourth in the championship. You had Rossi, who was ninth on a struggling Andretti team. If he takes a step now, and just, David Malukas is David Malukas. He's pretty fucking good too. So, do you agree with that? Disagree?
Yeah, well, Rossi, this is
Yeah.
what, his second year with the team now, so
Yeah.
maybe some first year.
Or he was there last year. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, like his first year, he had a bit of a rough go. He had that penalty at Texas that we talked about.
Yeah.
Trying to remember, like he had some other weird results, like Toronto. He got screwed over by that pileup in turn one.
Right, yeah. He had a lot of bad luck last year.
Yeah, so maybe it all swings back this way or back his way this year. And again, another year of working with the car, working with the team, building that rapport. He's got Gavin Ward on his pit box, right? Or is he with Pato? Here, hang on. I'll
No
go
idea.
check.
Over my head on that one.
Because either way, I know Gavin Ward is no, not Wardle. Gavin Ward. I just like him because he's a Canadian engineer.
Ah, okay.
I'm trying to remember if he is.
Anything?
I can't find it. I don't know who's. But Gavin Ward's really good. Worked under Newey for a little bit, I'm pretty sure. So
Okay, fair enough. So yeah.
I know you can't do a whole lot to a spec car, but if anyone's gonna get a little something extra, I would maybe trust someone from the Adrian Newey school of how to design shit.
He started in IndyCar. Knew he did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
No, but I'm saying he worked under him
Yeah.
in a non-spec series
Mm-hmm.
and then came here.
That's fair.
So, how did the McLarens do in testing? Well, Pato was third. Where's Rossi? Rossi was 13th. So, but then again, like, as soon as you get, like, it was tight. It was 2 seconds between first and last.
Damn.
Wow.
And maybe get Rossi on some ovals, which in the past he's been really good at too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he might be a guy that can surprise you also this season.
Yep.
Next team, Andretti.
Who's driving for Andretti this year again?
Herta, Kirkwood, your boy Ericsson.
My boy. Okay.
Yeah, just those three.
Well, okay.
And Marco for the 500, but that's it. That doesn't count.
Okay, well. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Like, maybe they'll be there for some races. It's just really hard because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to expect from them, to be honest.
The way I usually see Andretti go is that, like, one guy per race is having a good race, and the other two guys are... One guy's mid-pack, and one guy is struggling. Like, it always seems it happens with Andretti. Like they can never get a full team together and be on the same page and all have the same shit going on. They just don't. They haven't had that since like the 2014 Andretti team is one of my favorite of all time. Because that had what? That was Rossi, Marco, Hinch, Hunter Ray. And like they were just always like again, they were decent. As much as like someone always was struggling, someone was always there. And like they could get wins. However, in recent years, they have not gotten any kind of wins. Sorry, 2015 was it, not 14. It's 15. I just had to double check that. Anyway,
it's sort of the same. Like looking at testing, you had Ericsson, the only guy to break 52 second or to break out of the 52-second mark and get under. It was just under, but still under. You had Herta do okay. He was just outside the top 10, and then Kirkwood's down in 18th.
Yeah.
So, literally all over the board.
Yeah.
It's the way Andretti goes. They're almost falling into a Ray Hall team, which is kind of sad, to be honest. Speaking of Ray Hall, that could be a fun team this year.
Yeah.
Lundgaard,
3 full-timers.
Yeah, Lundgaard, Graham, and Fittipaldi. The Fittipaldi, I think, is a good addition. It's always nice to have a Fittipaldi in the grid in IndyCar.
Mm-hmm.
Lundgaard, again, we saw him win last year. And Graham is there, and he'll try to get a 500. And yeah.
It really depends on if they are the team from the first half of their season or the second half of the season after Lundgaard won in Toronto. That is... I get they weren't exactly fantastic afterwards, but the entire sort of, I guess, team vibe seemed to change after Lundgaard won. Right? Like they were just... It was such a piss poor season to start.
Because they got the second place after Lundgaard won the next week, and then they had... Who else was doing... Who else was on the team?
I think, wasn't it just Graham and...
Was only Lundgaard 2 of them last year?
I'm double checking.
They had the 30
so
car.
They had... Right. They had Jack Harvey for a bit, and then he just sort of left. Connor Daly filled in for one race. Yuri Vips for 2 races.
Yeah, of the 2 full-time guys, yes, those 2 guys definitely had a better second half, and they got some more momentum in the second half of the season.
Yeah.
And then, I would definitely say on the other side, if they could get maybe, if they can get Fittipaldi to be in there as well and not be a Jack Harvey level guy and maybe put up some actual competition. Yeah, they could be fine. It's amazing looking at also IndyCar where mediocre is so not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's either you are on top or you are midfield. And like all these guys are incredibly talented and they are amazing drivers. And they would smoke any of us in a car or a sim. But it's amazing how they cannot put a season together. Like I feel like you could in theory have anyone on these lists of these teams we name win a championship. If they're on the right team and the right circumstances align, yes. However, for that to happen, it is incredibly unlikely. Or you just need to be a god tier for that year. Like
I'm hoping it's the team that, well, I'm sort of looking at the results, and it was really more Graham didn't have a great start to the year. Like he started off with a 6, but then no top 10s until
Didn't he get bumped?
Got bumped at the 500, and in the backup car, still only got 22nd. But again, like,
wait, didn't he replace Wilson?
Yeah,
right.
that's
yeah,
what I mean. He was running in his backup or
in Wilson's backup car. Yeah,
but yes.
Yeah.
Lundgaard had a good start to the season. He just like
up and
when
down.
it was bad. It was very bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, if they can just put it together and having an extra full-time car that, like you said, is not completely just putting in laps and burning rubber, could be a good team.
Yeah.
Championship? Probably not. Make it entertaining? Yes. Fight for wins? Sure.
Probably fight for one, fight for podium. Be there.
Yep.
Meyer Shank?
Team Old Man?
Isn't it Team Kvist?
Or Kvist? Kvist
Oh,
plus Helio?
Yes.
Helio's only for the 500, though.
I know.
So
They
it's
actually
the
showed his car
Kvists.
today, too. Yeah, it's Blomqvist and Rosenqvist.
Rosenqvist, yes.
And Steven,
Well-
I wouldn't call them Team Old Man, you fuck.
One is 30. How old's Rosenquist?
One's 30, one's 32.
Yeah.
They're not old.
Yeah, they're born in the 90s.
Yeah,
They're
we're
like
just getting
3
old.
years
Okay,
older than you.
okay,
How are they old
okay,
men?
You can't have the reaction you had to when we said Carruthers was fucking 21 and say we're fucking old, and then say, well, these guys aren't old.
That's different. That's
No.
completely different because they're born in the 2000s. These guys were born in the 90s, and so were we, and they're only 3 years older than you guys and 4 years older than me. That's not that much of a difference. But
Yeah.
21?
Yeah, saying we were in high school at the same time as those guys is a lot different than saying when Kiffin Simpson was born. I think we were in what? Grade 5?
Oh.
Yeah. That's quite the jump. Now, can we call guys like Will Power old? Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
Don't you still think like he's born in 1981? I'm like, 80s is still not that old. Anyway.
I ain't gonna hold my breath. I was gonna say I ain't gonna hold my breath for this team.
They'll do fine.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
fine for them is getting into a top 5.
Fine for them is
realistically,
bringing the car home every week.
Yep. I was gonna say a good week is realistically top 12.
They'll have 2 good races in the year.
Yeah. You have one to each fist, or is there a better fist?
No, I mean like 2 each. Like one of them will have a race where they're probably up there running well. Might have some bad luck come their way, but like they'll have good races. Everyone does. I think ovals might catch them out. So, Ooh, speaking of ovals catching you out, I just realized for Ed Carpenter, he's got Rasmussen. Christian Rasmussen is his road course driver. He's the oval guy.
Yep.
So he gets screwed out of a race.
Yep.
Because okay, Nashville's on an oval. Ed, you're in. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ed, get out of the way.
Honestly.
Saying that for like 5 years.
So I think we're in agreement of currently our placement of these teams. We have Penske, Ganassi, I'll say. just with the Ganassi having the young guys, I put them a little bit below the Penske guys as a overall team package. Are we in agreement McLaren third, or would you put Rahal or Shank or Andretti above McLaren?
Nah, McLaren third.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Of those
The
other
three
three,
can fight for fourth.
we got rank them. Who do you think is going to be? Probably Andretti. I'd say probably Andretti, Rahal, Shank.
Yeah.
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 Ericsson will be good.
Mhm.
Herta will be hot and cold as always and end up finishing like between 8th and 12th in the final standings.
Yeah.
Kirkwood, I don't know. Looked good last year. Let's see what he can do this year.
No, that's fair.
So,
what else we got going through? Love to talk about Dale Coyne's team.
Yes, sir.
Nothing to talk about there. Juncos.
don't know who to talk about there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Juncos,
Pick a driver. Hurry up.
Juncos, Canapino, and Grosjean. That could be a fun team. That could be a team that surprises you also.
It could. Maybe Grosjean will like finish more last year, so that would be a 2 thumbs up.
But that was a team that kept kind of making it. Every week, one of those guys was like, wow, they're doing a lot better than expected. So, with a little more knowledge in that team, yeah, they could maybe break through and finally get like a podium. Like, I'm looking at campaigns from last year. It's like, okay, he was 12th, 14th, 12th. Like, he's 14th. Like, he was so close several times of breaking through into that, like, top 10, which is probably a really good finish for that team. And then Grosjean was either, like, podium or wrecking. So, who else do we have? I guess the only other team would be AJ Foyt, yeah.
Ferrucci and Stingray.
Oh.
Love Stingray. Don't really care for Ferrucci.
Ferrucci can kick
off.
rocks with open-toed shoes.
Ooh. Big rocks, like big boulders?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Ferrucci's going to be somewhat relevant this year, though, because there's so many ovals. As long as we aren't, like, treating him as the next American hero.
So let me just check how he did. Let me just check how he did at Iowa last year. 26th and 22nd. Yeah. I'm really confident we're really going to see a lot of him this year. Checks Texas. Oh, he was 21st. He shows up. He shows up for May, and that is it.
Yeah. He
is cracked out Ed Carpenter. Maybe coked out. Yeah, white boys are coked out. He's coked out Ed Carpenter.
There you go. But no, he's the next big American hero.
I swear on my life, if he shows up for the 500 again and I have to sit through, 3 hours of whatever that guy's name, praising Ferrucci up and down for no reason.
Denzabel, yeah.
While another American leads the race.
I'll give up.
Which was the funniest fucking thing. Yeah.
I just hope I kind of wanted to happen again. So it was Hinch last year that was just like, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah, honestly.
And here comes Ferrucci. No, he doesn't have a run.
No, this guy Ferrucci is a wet paper bag. Like, he is the worst. I don't like him. And honestly, like, I feel like everyone I talk to, no one likes Ferrucci.
No, he's an asshole. He got kicked out of F2 for being a racist prick.
Yeah, he's
and
awful.
He was unremorseful.
So 0 out of 10.
Like, yeah, fuck him.
Yeah, 0 out of 10. Bye. I hope you have a terrible season.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. So I want to pose some questions to y'all, because that's kind of most of the teams. Okay. So, some questions going into this season. How many different IndyCar winners do we have this year?
How many did we have last year? That's my question to you.
God fucking damn, man.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
7.
6.
7? Okay. I'm going to say we have 6 different drivers who win.
I'm gonna go with 7 again.
I'm swinging on the fences. I'm going to say 9.
Ooh.
I'm like wrestling between 7 and 8. Because, like, Lundgaard, sort of a one-off win.
Yep.
Kirkwood won twice. Don't know if he'll necessarily do it again. Looking at his just up and down performance all the way
Palou
through.
won 5 times. It was almost
Yeah,
a third of the season.
Yep.
Yeah.
Herta didn't get a win. Rossi didn't get a win. Could both realistically get a win this year? Yeah.
Yep.
Will Power didn't
Didn't
have
get
a
a
win
win.
last year. So, you know what? I'm going to go with 8 instead. I want to bump it up.
So
I'm gonna
6,
say
8, and
someone's-
9? Okay.
Okay.
We have
Partially
our...
being hopeful.
That's fair. Do you want to go championship predictor?
Sure. Just say who had it last. Who did we all say last year?
I think we all said Palou.
To win the.
No.
No?
What did we say last year, Steven?
Sean had McLaughlin. I had Newgarden. Taylor had Erickson.
Oh,
No one had Palou in the top 3
Okay.
last year.
So I've learned from my mistakes.
So-
right.
So
yeah.
do with that what you will.
Okay, so go top 5. Give ourselves a top 5 for championship this year for IndyCar.
Yes.
Sure.
Number 1, Joseph Newgarden.
I've learned from my mistakes.
I
Instantly
was
picks
gonna go with
different driver.
Newgarden.
Wait, that's my number 1. I'm predicting Newgarden for the championship.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm also predicting Newgarden for the championship.
You fucking coward. Pick your own fucking driver. That's fine.
You stole from me.
I'll take Palou again.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Coward for-
honestly a safe choice.
Coward for a different reason.
All right. Sean,
Second.
2.
Just gonna back of the jersey.
Award?
Oh.
Award.
Okay.
Award number 2. He's gonna have a breakout
See
season.
now,
Bold.
I'm really questioning you.
Are you delusional? Are you the delusional IndyCar fan?
No,
Yes.
no. He didn't put him right at the top of the podium and say, nah.
Okay. I'm gonna choose Palou for 2.
Okay. And that's just where I'm going to put Newgarden.
Okay, that's fair. My 3 will be Palou because, you know.
Okay. Because, yeah. Any further, I was going to start really questioning
Oh,
what
yeah.
was going on.
Okay, I'll put Pato 3.
And if you think about Pato's run last year, he was 4 points behind McLaughlin for 3rd in the championship, and he was 24th at Indy. So if he has a good Indy, he goes up those points and he's 3rd in the championship. So really, 1 step up is not that bad.
Yep.
With also 0 wins last year, remember.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to put McLaughlin 3rd.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I think your face there is like you expect more pushback on that.
No, not really.
Okay.
I was sort of waiting because you've been a McLaughlin guy for forever.
Definitely. I
So
had him last
I
year,
was-
and he was the best. He was the best Penske last year.
All right, so 4.
I'm not counting him out. Scott Dixon.
Yep.
I was also gonna go with Dixon. So, I'm gonna put McLaughlin here in 4.
Okay. And then I had Award
Fourth.
in
Okay.
4th.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so
And
Sean
then-
5.
McLaughlin for my 5th. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll put Dixon 5.
Which
I put
wow,
Dixon
I'm
5th
just
as
realizing
well.
that is the top 5 from last year. God damn it. I didn't put anyone new in there.
No, neither did any of
Yeah.
us. We all had
Yeah.
the same group of 5. I mean, realistically, this all gets upended if, Power or Ericsson challenges or Rossi, again, completely turns it around from last year.
I'm just not confident any of those guys doing it.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
A lot of
Are we
things can
drafted?
change. Yes, draft time.
Okay.
So, how do we want to do this? Last year, first overall pick was Scott McLaughlin belonging to Sean. I had second, Taylor was third. How did we reorganize this year for NASCAR? Sean was first.
Who won last
I
year?
was third. Last year's winner in IndyCar was you.
Okay, so I think I should pick last.
Okay. Taylor gets first pick then because she was 400 points behind.
Okay.
Wow.
Sorry, 350, 362 points behind.
Ooh, ouch. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Newgarden.
Newgarden. Okay.
Banking on those ovals, guys.
That was not the pick I thought he would have made, but okay.
I'll take
Why?
Palou too.
Okay.
Okay.
Sean?
I'll take Pato, and then are we doing Snake?
Yep.
Okay, I'll
No,
take
just
Pato.
Snake.
Dixon?
I'll take Pato, and I'll take McLaughlin.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
Oh, I know.
I was gonna say I don't get how you put Dixon over McLaughlin and then take McLaughlin over Dixon, but you rationalize it in your head however you want. I'll take Dixon.
So you have Palou and Dixon?
Yep.
Do you think they're going to be that good as last year?
Could be. It wouldn't surprise me.
Okay. So I'm gonna take. Okay, I have to take 2, right?
Or here, Dixon will win 5 times, and then Palou will win 4 times. That's how those change.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay, I'm gonna go with. I'll go with Ericsson, obviously,
Not a bad pick.
and Willpower.
Okay. Let's pick 7. I will. Do I want to dip into Andretti? No. Do I want to take a Penske?
There's none left.
Oh yeah, that was cool. That was quick. Jesus. All right, well that makes it easy then. I will take Rossi.
Okay. I get 2 here, right? 2.
Yep.
I feel like the obvious option here is to go Cal Kirkwood.
Kirkwood. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like that pick.
And for it's only 4, right?
Yep. Only 4 drivers.
I think 4.
Do it. Take
I know
Kiffin Simpson.
this.
Take Kiffin Simpson. Do it,
Were
you
you
coward.
going to?
Do it.
Totally
Do it.
were. He so was.
I am. I was
He
gonna
so
say,
was. Like,
my 4 car is going to be number 4, and that's going to be Kevin Simpson.
Are you being serious? Or not?
Yes, I'm going to take him. Those Ganassi guys always do good, and yeah.
Oh,
All right. Nice.
That is
Fuck
funny.
and just
All
fuck
right.
you, Steven. I'm going to beat your ass with Kevin Simpson.
Okay.
All right, Steven.
I don't know who I really want to take here. VK is just like completely fallen off the map.
There's an obvious one you should pick here. I'll tell you afterwards.
It's probably Lundgaard.
Yeah, it's not, but keep thinking that.
Okay. I mean, there's Lundgaard, there's Herta. Those are really
All right, pick.
the 2
Pick,
options
pick,
I'm
pick.
looking at. I'll take Herta. It's fine.
Okay.
Cool. I'm going to take Malukas.
That is a good pick. Despite missing a race, it's a good one. However, what I would have said,
I'm gonna say
Steven,
we can.
you should have picked Armstrong.
Could have, yeah.
He's the guy who might surprise you this year, actually.
Yes, he very easily could. But like you said when we were looking at it, he hasn't done ovals. Could it be very much of a wild card there?
That's true.
So, but I think so. From Lucas, I'm just gonna put Islet as the other one.
Yeah.
That's what we did for me when Chase Elliott was out last year.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay.
So you get all the points of that car.
I commend Taylor for not picking Grosjean. I really do.
I'm not doing it again, guys. Like I can't do it.
That's fair.
I have Ericsson, my former F1 driver, so we're good.
Grosjean places top 8 in the final standings.
Oh my gosh, I swear.
Yeah, drags Junkos up there. They
That
become a
would be
top seed.
hilarious. That would be hilarious.
I think Kiffin Simpson will finish 12th in the standings.
Just
If you
completely fall
if
off.
you look at the top at the standings from last year, and you look at the guys after 12, do you think a rookie could beat those guys?
The top 12 from last year?
Yeah, like after 12, let's say after 11, the 12th spot, could a rookie you think beat those guys following him?
In the cars they're in now, yes.
Yeah, I think so.
They could. Top rookie last year was 20th. I'm just curious where the top rookie was. And that was the obvious must pick this year, Marcus Armstrong, according to Sean.
Just say he beat all the rookies not racing every race.
Top rookie the year before was Christian Lundgaard in 14th. And that's the one I was sort of leaning towards. But I'm not sure about RLL.
Well, I'm just hoping I'm not going to be that far behind this year.
Even looking at like standings and stuff, it's really amazing just kind of being like, huh. Rahal just likes to place himself between like 10th and 15th every year.
See, that's the question about a rookie being in the top 12. I'm going back. No rookie has done better than 14th.
Hmm.
And then you get to Felix Rosenquist, who finished 6th.
Huh.
Colton Herta was also a rookie and finished 7th that year.
Funny. I don't feel not confident in this, so.
And then Robert Wickens.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see.
If Kiffin
Robert
Simpson
Wickens
gets
finished-
a win, if Simpson gets a win this year in IndyCar, I'm going to go head to toe all in Kiffin Simpson gear. Hat,
Okay.
jersey.
All right.
I'll find underwear.
We're gonna hold
I
you
don't
to
care.
this.
I really
We are
hope.
going to hold you to this.
I really
Okay.
hope he wins before Toronto, and that way you have to show up.
That'd be hilarious.
In Toronto.
I will
wearing
do
Kiffin
it.
Simpson.
If he wins at St. Pete next week, I am buying everything.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
This is funny going through the history. Robert Wickens finishing 11th, missing 3 races.
Breaking a spine.
Well, actually,
What
basically
could
missing
have
4
been the greatest?
races.
What could have been?
Yep. The double Canadian team.
That was a great team that year.
It was. Hinch finally had a car that could help him.
Mm-hmm. Also, talking to Sarah, I was thinking of also for another bet. I was thinking of growing the beard until Max loses.
No.
At
No,
least your
don't do it.
wedding is already
Ew.
passed.
Exactly, and she shot that down really fast. So
Gross. Okay.
could you imagine just as the season goes on, just more and more of a
Ew. No.
nasty beard
Gross.
going?
Okay.
Ugh.
Damn it, Max, lose. You see Max lose an engine and collective roar of the world as I have to fondly shave.
Yep.
Would be nice.
All right. On that uncomforting note, end this, please.
Okay, fine. Well, thank you very much for listening. We'll be back next week.
Thank you for tuning in to the Spare Parts Racing Podcast. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and follow the show on Twitter at Spare Parts Racing. That's Spare Parts RACIN, and on TikTok at Spare Parts Pod. Follow the hosts at Sean Chavarella, at Stephen Clary, and at Tay Moore.